Hello world, this is Random Fix, and in this video today I'm going to go ahead and show you how to install the low pro roof here from Flatline Van Company. So stay tuned and I'm going to show you guys how to do this quickly, easily, and give you guys some helpful pointers along the way. So in case you guys want to install some ladders too, you don't have to redo the whole process. So stay tuned. Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. In this video today we're going to actually focus on the roof system here. So this is the low pro roof here from Flatline Van Company, and before you actually install the roof system here, you're going to need to attach those silver roof rails. So in the video box down below I'm going to have another link on how to go ahead and do that first. And now I'm going to show you how you can go ahead and install this roof system here, and then you could attach your solar panels, your deck, ladders, or maybe even a tent. So stay tuned and let me show you how to go ahead and get this done. Hello world, this is Random Fix, and in this video today I'm going to be showing you how to go ahead and install the Flatline Van Company. This is going to be the low profile roof rack, and we already went ahead and installed the roof rails on the Sprinter here. You can see the back of them, so those are nice and tight. Now we're going to go ahead and show you guys how to install this. We're also doing the ladder on the driver's side. So we got the roof system here, we got the crossbars, and it obviously comes with more crossbars, but I just wanted to give you guys an idea of how this is going to go on. And we got the front flaring here. So make sure when you're doing this is you want to have this pointed towards the inside, so you're making it narrower, not wider. And also make sure that the butts are touching right here. That way you know you're in the right position. And we're going to go ahead and show you guys how to install this and give you guys some pro tips that we come across as we do it. So stay tuned. And if you guys want to check out the previous video on the roof rail system, please check that out first. That way you can have a better idea of how to attach this. And then after this, it's going to be on to the ladder. And I am getting a little help from my buddy Diego, and one thing he wanted to point out is, and I'll let him say for himself,
you want to make sure you guys go ahead and do a layout. It's almost like a dry fit. Reason being is once you go to put everything up, it makes everything a lot easier and you'll go through faster.
Yeah, and I'm going to have Diego's information below, so if you guys are in the Northern California Bay Area region, you guys can reach out to him. He knows how to do this, and obviously he's going to be able to help you guys out. So check the video link below for his contact info if you guys need help with your van build. So do this, and now we're going to go ahead and install these pieces. So before you get started, one thing that me and Diego are doing here, we're organizing everything. So the first thing here is going to be the hardware for the low pro roof rack, and mine is a 170. If you have the 140, it's the same exact idea here. You'll just have one less piece in the back. And in case you have a rear AC like mine, guys, I'm going to show you guys some tricks around this, so you guys get to see us do it or fumble it first, and that way you don't have to learn on your own. So we got the hardware here. So it looks like we got 32 of these bolts here, and these are basically going to go into the actual
Attaching the rail to the bracket.
Yep, so they're going to go like that. So Flatline Van Co, thank you, because I love the way this is working out so far, because everything is going nice and smooth on here. We got these big sliders that are going to go into the roof rail and basically slide back, and then we got the lock washer. So it's going to be this, the lock washer, and then we got this Allen right here, and we'll tell you guys what size it is, and that's basically how that's going to attach into there. And then with the front fairing, if you guys got this, I have all the hardware here, and I labeled the spoiler here. I know it's a fairing, but I labeled a spoiler to keep everything nice and separate. So keep your hardware nice and organized, because it's going to make this a breeze. And we're going to show you guys how to do this really fast and give you guys those tips as we promised. So get yourself some Allen keys like this. The one for up here is going to be a 732s on here. 732s for this. And for the fairing hardware with the T-nuts, basically this is 80/20 equipment in case you run out or you break something, you could find this replacements on 80/20. And for the fairing, it's actually going to be this 4mm Allen key right here, and that's going to go ahead and work with that. So 732s up here, 4mm Allen key down here. To do this, you're going to need one ladder on one side. We got the other ladder here that's going to go on the side, but you're going to need another ladder on this side, so that way me and Diego can work together and get this done. And if you want to do even a better job, go ahead and look at some Loctite. This is the blue, so it's the medium grade stuff. This might help out the installation, so we have it ready to go in case we feel that we need to apply it. Okay, so I also got the Fiona F80 mounting kit here, and obviously there's no directions to this, so we're trying to figure this out. So the weird part is I don't actually have my Fiona awning because they're on back order because of COVID, and this is not making any sense, obviously, because it seems like we have all the pieces here. So Flatline, Vanco, if you guys can elaborate on this a little bit more, actually upload instructions for the F80 kit, that would be great, because this is a little confusing. But we are going to go ahead and slap this roof system on the car here, and we're going to hold off on that because I think we have everything that we need here, and this makes a lot of sense, and so we're not sure why we need this. Diego, you got anything you want to add?
Yeah, I mean, so our conclusion is this is if you don't have the rack, but since we have the rack, you don't necessarily need the kit.
And in life, I've always learned to say this: I could be wrong, we could be wrong. True. So don't take our word for it. But we're gonna slap this on. But if you are thinking about awning, please do some additional research, as this is not making sense. And especially if you have a rear AC system on here, just make sure that you really go ahead and do some additional research on the sizes. So let's go ahead and slap this in now. We got both ladders on the side. We got all the hardware ready. And in case you guys like millimeters better, instead of 732s for this Allen key, you could also use a 5.5mm Allen key. Okay, so we're on top of the van here, and you want to go ahead and load up 6 of those metal blocks that we had, those thick ones that the Allen key is going to go into. So 6 up here, 6 in the midsection, 6 in the rear. So just watch out for the midsection, because for those you might want to just slide them down now. That way you're not having to redo this whole area. So maybe in the front do 12, slide 6 of them down, and then from the rear you could put the other 6 in.
Comes to the screw, and that's where it gets stuck.
When you're putting these in, go ahead and try to put them the square side in instead of the narrow side in, because you're going to have a little bit more play, and you want these to be nice and tight. So use a screwdriver, and when you get a little momentum, just go ahead and move them a little faster, and you can go right over the bumps. Just go ahead and dry fit everything up, load it up, and that way you can go ahead and move it around once you get the other 2 pieces installed.
So keeping that screwdriver with you comes in handy when you need to move it around. Just kind of adjust it to where you need it, so that when you put the screw through, it actually lines up for you.
First rack side is on. We are on the second set now, the middle set right here. So those were already preloaded. We had slid them down. Now we're just going to go ahead and put the lock washers on there, and then those Allen bolts are going to go right through. and everything's nice and loose, so we're gonna move this around until we get it perfect.
Okay, so we're dropping in the last 6 right now. Now the important thing behind leaving it loose is because you can see we're gonna have to adjust, because we have the AC unit, where we're gonna place this. So for us, we're gonna scoot ours further back so we can get our rail across and have extra support in the back. So make sure you guys don't over tighten it, just leave it loose so you can move it, and then just dry fit everything and then tighten it all down.
So if you guys saw the previous video, in case you put these caps on, Diego's going to show you how to pop those out without damaging your actual clip.
There you go.
To make it even faster, go ahead and load up the 5 that we need for the midsection here in the back, and on the 6th one. And on the last one, go ahead and put the Allen bolt through there, and now you can use it as a handle for moving everything down, so it makes it even easier. Alright, so what we did is we went ahead and put in the rear cross rail right here. So the measurement from basically here to here is 9 inches, and we did that because we wanted to make sure we clear this AC system. So if your vehicle doesn't have this AC system, you'll have a lot more flexibility. Mine does. And now we're going to go ahead and work forward. And what really helps, so you're not just drifting through this whole installation, you want to go ahead and tighten these down somewhat. Same thing with these, so that way everything just starts becoming kind of square. And we're going to go find where we can install the rail right in front of the AC system. So that's why we're kind of just leaving everything loose. And we're getting solar and fan up there, so we want to take our time and just not rush this. So now we're going to go ahead and attach the front flaring here. And so this stuff is basically 80-20. And what you want to do is make sure that this T-nut right here, they call this, the one that slides in this channel right here, Diego's got it in his hand, you want to make sure that the protruding side is out. So basically you don't want it to be sucked by the screw, so you want to have it opposite. So we have all these set up. Basically you want to have it where it's barely catching. And what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and take this and we're going to go ahead and slide it in on here. So what we're going to do is we're going to slide it using the forward section like that, and you want to make it forward just like that. Take your time, because if you drop anything, you're going to have to be redoing this section again.
It's important to make sure you get it lined up, otherwise it's going to stop you and slow you down.
It's a very tight fit. If you guys want to use some thread lock, you can. This seems to be holding, but some of the other pieces, I'm going to put thread lock on here when I am getting ready to do my final install. Go ahead and give it about a 10-degree turn, just a little bit. Diego's being a little bit more generous. Diego's a very generous guy. All right, so now let us show you guys what this is gonna look like here in the grass. You guys will find links to anything that I use in the video box down below. Really quick, if you got a cool van that you want to share with other people in the world that might enjoy what you actually built, go ahead and email me at randomfixworld@gmail.com, as I would love to share your ideas. and maybe somebody else can benefit from what you did, and you can save them months and months of time. Thank you guys, and I look forward to seeing your van, meeting a few of you out there that might enjoy what you actually built. Go ahead and email me at randomfixworld@gmail.com, as I would love to share your ideas, and maybe somebody else can benefit from what you did, and you can save them months and months of time. So I'm just going to show you guys what this is going to look like down here. So basically, you have your bracketing, and we have the very first two pieces. You're going to go ahead and get that nut on this side with the black washer and the bolt on the other side, and then you're going to get the two that go through the side right there. So we'll show you guys up there now. So after doing a dry fit, we're gonna go ahead and just make sure we're center, and we're gonna go ahead and tighten these down. So these are gonna be very, very hard to access once it's up. So
Make sure you get it snug.
make sure you get it nice and snug. So we got these torqued correctly, and now we're gonna go ahead and grab the 4 black washers, the 4 black nuts, and the 4 screws in here, and these are gonna be the 4mm on here. So we're gonna go and basically install this, and they're gonna go in here, and the washer is gonna go on this side, and then the nut is gonna go on the other side once it's up there. So we'll show you guys that too. So one thing I did do is the roof rail system from Vantech or whatever you use actually came with this nice foam. So I went ahead and installed it. So you'll notice that this actually touches the front of your van by a little bit, maybe during install. So I don't want to scratch it all up. So I put a whole layer down. Then I went ahead and doubled it up over here. I tripled it up in the very back because it's got an actual curve to the roof. So we want to follow that, and it's going to make a better seal. I don't know how well it's going to work, but it's going to prevent my van from being scratched up during installation, and I'm going to go ahead and use it. So we're ready to go. The foam tape is on here, and the outer edges, don't worry about it, because out here there's going to be such a big gap. You're going to have to get really thick foam, and you don't really need it. So
Also, what it's gonna do is it's gonna help seal any wind getting through. So it's gonna help with the sound. When you're driving without it, you're gonna hear a little bit of a whistle. This goes and dampers it.
and if you're driving through a lot of snow and rain, if you have panels or electrical underneath, it's going to keep that out possibly. We don't know how well this is going to work. Diego's a brave man.
Don't try this at home. Me personally, I like to sit on the ladder.
So we're going to go and line this up. So what's going to end up happening is it needs to go in just like that. Make sure you got that washer on the other side, and he's going to put that nylon nut on this side. And since it's a nylon nut, you do not have to worry about Loctite. So Diego's going to show us the sizes. This is going to be an 11 nut on the back, and you got a, looks like this is going to be the 4mm Allen key on the front here. And just go ahead and torque those down on here. We're going to go ahead and leave ours loose for a little bit, because we're going to go ahead and install a roof fan up here. So we want to make sure that everything's going to get in nice and tight. We might also do a bathroom fan back here on this side. So I want to do that on a different video, but pretty much this is set. If you were going to go ahead and install the rest of the crossbars, you want to go ahead and install them in whatever orientation you need. You can install them in the sliders or at these preset points. And one thing with the sliders, if I was going to put this in, I would definitely go ahead and get a black washer on here, a black locking washer as well, and also do some Loctite, because it's going to feel better, because these holes actually feel like that screw might go in, and I know there's a very small chance, but there's nothing wrong with a little bit more safety. Takes a few more seconds, and I wish they would have included that hardware with it. But nonetheless, go ahead and get some black washers, lock washers, and Loctite on here. And once you got your cross rails in, go ahead and bolt everything down and you're done.
Tip.
Go ahead.
Also, you want to give a tip. Whenever putting this in, the back screw, you put that in, is going to definitely help you out so it's not moving back and forth, and you can actually line up all your screws. So
yeah,
once
so
you get the first one in, get the back one in, and you're good to go.
Cool. All right, guys, so we are pretty much done with this system here, and we're gonna go and finish this up a little bit later because we're waiting for our panels. So I want to know where to situate this. But we got our front fairing in, we got the size of the low profile rack in, we got a total of 5, so 1 2 3 4 5 crossbars in. So we have about 4 more left, and there's one towards the front right there. So we do have some left that we're going to use to position the solar panels, and we're going to go work on that fan up there pretty soon. And on the next video, I'm going to show you guys how to install the actual ladder. And here's a quick little sneak peek of that ladder before it goes in. Very nice. If you guys enjoyed the video, give it a thumbs up. And if you guys haven't done so already, hit the subscribe button, guys. I would really appreciate it. It would mean the world to me, and it's free. Thanks again, guys. We'll see you guys on the next video, and make it a great day. And here's a pro tip, guys. If you're going to go ahead and install the ladder is going to go right between here and there on the driver's side. You're going to make sure that you account for these sliding solid, I guess, rail nuts they call them. So you want to go ahead and slide these into place and keep that into account before you go ahead and do a final fit. So keep everything nice and loose, because you're going to need that little tiny bit of room to get that ladder on there. Alright, guys, well, there you have it. You have the low pro roof installed now on your van, and I hope the video was helpful. If you guys want to check out some of the other videos that I have down below on how to do the fan, you'll find that link. How to go ahead and build a deck, you'll find that link. How to install solar, you'll find that link. And anything else that I can help you guys with, please comment down below, as I would love to go ahead and answer your questions. If you guys are new to the channel, consider subscribing. And if the video was helpful, give the video a thumbs up, because it's free and it would mean a lot to me. And we'll see you guys on the next video. Thanks.